Hey guys, Brady here with Ballin' with the Boys. Before we start today's episode, I would like to announce that we are partners with W Energy, and we're super excited to be partners with them. And if you don't know what W Energy is, it's a zero calorie, zero sugar energy source that you can mix at home, and it's intended to give you laser focus and endurance without the jitters and without the crash. If you'd like to order anything off of W, click the link down below and use our code BWTB for 10% off. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you.
I feel good.
And we're copyrighted.
Yep, pack it up. Let's go.
What's up, everybody? Your boys are back with number 3 post-draft improvement talks. And today we got the Chargers and we got the Rams.
That's right. We got the Chargers and the Rams, as my boy just said. So we're going to be staying in LA today. And the first team that we're going to talk about is going to be the LA Chargers. Their round 1 pick was honestly the best pick that they could have gone with their wide receivers just having problems because you got Keenan Allen, who didn't play all season. I believe Mike Williams got hurt, so then they were stuck with another player in Joshua Palmer. So with their first round pick, they picked up Quentin Johnston. So I feel like that's the best pick they could have gone with.
I mean, I'm not mad at the pick. They're in a win-now situation. They're about to lose a lot of players next year, so they need somebody that's definitely going to boost their offense. I mean, they already got a pretty solid defense. They could obviously use some help in that area, but they're not doing terrible in the defense spot. Like you said, they got Keenan Allen, they got Mike Williams.
Whoa, hold on. You just said defense spot.
No, hold on. Okay,
You're throwing me off here. Hold on.
Okay, we're gonna
do that to me.
Hey, track the mind, focus. Woosah. All right, we're gonna jump back to defense in a second, dude. We're going back to offense, and I'm recapping over a little bit of what you said. You understand me? Because I got some news you skipped over. Austin Ekeler is staying.
So actually, if we would have got further down in my notes, I would have mentioned that.
Too bad.
So no, I didn't skip anything. Thank you.
Austin Ekeler is staying. They added almost $2 million in bonus extensions for that man this year. So he's going to go out there and actually prove himself because those bonuses are incentives based on yardage, touchdowns, and I believe a Pro Bowl appearance or whatever they're calling that now. I don't even know. NFL be changing stuff up. But behind him, they got Justin Jackson. They got Joshua Kelly. They're not lacking too bad in that department as long as Austin Ekeler actually bounces back.
They don't have Justin Jackson anymore.
What?
No, they don't.
That's what Spot Track told me, dude.
Justin Jackson is with Detroit. And that was last season.
I need Spot Track to be updated.
Because they got Isaiah Spiller and they have Joshua Kelly.
All right. Well, they got Isaiah Spiller and they got Joshua Kelly. Good little fact check right there. But on the other note, another person that we've seen a breakout season from, Gerald Everett, is still with them. Yeah. So that's another good little addition on that offense for them. I think their offense will probably be rocking. I think we see a bounce back here for Justin Herbert and Austin Ekeler. Justin Herbert didn't look bad. He didn't look terrible last season.
His targets just kept, he just didn't have his targets there.
He was struggling with a wide receiver.
Like I said,
he threw a little too many interceptions for my liking. But
like I said, picking up Quentin Johnston does help them out, like you said also. Because this is possibly Keenan Allen's last year as a Charger. It could be his last year indefinitely, but who knows? But then you still got Mike Williams on the other side. And then you still got Joshua Palmer too. So, picking him up, does this affect Keenan Allen's season coming up? Or are they going to let Keenan Allen play and try to prove himself? Basically, what I'm asking is, like, where is Quentin Johnston going to play? Because you don't go after a wide receiver that you're not going to play.
I mean, yeah, they drafted him first. So I can tell you right now he's probably going to be put above Joshua Palmer. And he'll probably be boosted in the wide receiver core if we see an unhealthy Keenan Allen.
But why
Keenan Allen and Mike Williams.
Why would you put him over Joshua Palmer when Joshua Palmer knows the play, played most of the time with last season? So why would you do that to him?
Because he sucks.
He's all they had.
And he sucked. What do you mean? Yeah, he's all they had, and he couldn't get the job done. I mean, he was third string when they had a healthy Keenan Allen and Mike Williams for a reason.
Well, I mean, that just puts you in the slot position.
I mean, yeah, he's fast, but Quentin Johnston is pretty fast, which means he's coming in and definitely taking that spot.
All right. I mean, I can see it. Yes, I can see it. He definitely probably. I
If you
believe
ask
he
me.
definitely has a height advantage over Joshua Palmer as well.
That I'm not too sure about, but probably. I don't
And
know.
I'm not like checking that. It's just by looks.
Get big, Josh Palmer.
No, the guy that needs to get big is Bryce Young. Have you seen pictures of that?
Oh, I've been seeing memes about it.
So, but into their next pick, honestly, I was surprised with their next pick. They picked up an edge rusher, Thule. He's from USC. I do like the pick because as they started off as like supposed to have the strongest defense. They had J.C. Jackson, Asante Samuel Jr., Derwin James, Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa. But then, like, it just didn't work out like everybody thought.
Pause, because Joey Bosa is an abuser. Hold on. Nope. Let your boy retract that. Joey Bosa is a verbal abuser. You know, what I
Eagles
seen?
game, it was.
It was the Jacksonville game. But he got fined $55,000 for verbally abusing an official.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know what that entails.
Okay, so I'm talking about something completely different because it was when he went to his brother's game.
There's multiple situations.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
he went
I
to
might-
his brother's game, and it was a fan or something. Okay, somebody saw him outside at his brother's game, talked to him, said something to him that he didn't like, and he said some words back. I can't remember word for word, but because I saw this last season. But yeah, it was outside of him playing in the NFL. You're talking about, I don't know. So
I mean, yeah, he probably didn't get fined $55,000 by that random
what did he say to the
stranger.
ref? Do you have that?
Oh, I have no idea. They probably didn't even release that. The referee probably didn't even have to tell him. It was probably just like, it hurt my feelings, and I think he needs soap and a $55,000 fine, and I'll feel a little bit better about myself. That's probably what it was.
Probably.
But I mean, yeah, Joey Bosa, you better watch that mouth, boy.
So, but back to their pick, Thule. This pickup is honestly going to make the defense a lot harder. In college, Thule had 13.5 sacks for the season and 31 solo tackles.
It's pretty impressive stats, yeah.
If that don't sound like a tough man to stop, then I don't know, like, what you're going to do. So, but my thing is will they play their same defense where they had Joey Bosa on edge and Khalil Mack on edge, or are they going to actually put Khalil Mack at linebacker and let him play linebacker like he's supposed to?
Right.
So, I'm going to go ahead and say this defense is going to be a tough defense, but that's if they can live up to the hype again. Because last season, like I said, they, after picking up J.C. Jackson and Khalil Mack, everybody was like, this is going to be a tough defense. Well, they weren't that tough, so.
I mean, yeah, it's a little iffy on whether they're going to be doing that with Khalil Mack because they did get Eric Kendricks from the Vikings. They added him to the roster, so I definitely see him taking a spot there at the inside linebacker spot, but he might just be on one end, and you got Khalil Mack taking care of that other position now. That's very possible. I mean, like you said, their defense is pretty solid. I think it's going to be scary this year, a lot more than what it was last year. They did lose their safety, Nasir Adley, like we mentioned in one of our previous videos.
Mm-hmm.
And they haven't really done too much as far as depth in that position goes. They haven't picked anybody new up. I don't think they drafted a safety, if I recall
I'm not
correctly.
too sure.
And if they did, it was late. But apparently the coach is pretty positive that one of their guys that they already have can do the job. Their 2022 draft pick, JT Woods, who is absolute garbage last year, he thinks that he can get the job done this year. So we're going to hope for a better season this year from him. And I think that they definitely are going to be a scary defense.
Well, as I was looking at their draft picks, I was seeing that they didn't draft a running back. So they weren't worried about if Eckler left or not because they got Joshua Kelly and Isaiah Spiller. So to me, they must see something in these running backs where they're like, we're good. We don't need another running back.
I mean, yeah, that's true. Or they could have already been working something out between Eckler knowing that.
I mean, wish they could. Wish they could, but it's still in the back of their head when everything was going on. And then the draft happened. They didn't decide to go for a running back in case.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely not wrong about that. It shows at least some type of certainty in their second and third string running back. But I think that they always had that focus of bringing Austin Eckler back for at least his last season.
Yeah. Honestly, overall, after talking about this team and their defense and then adding Quentin Johnston to their offense, this is a possible playoff team, and I see their record going 11-6.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at 11-6. I'd probably say right around 11-6, 10-7, somewhere right around there. Maybe 9. Wait a minute. No, that's the wrong way. I didn't want to go that way. Maybe 12-5. But that's if they are clicking on all cylinders.
That's if the defense can,
and they're actually, they're
stick together. Nobody gets hurt. Everybody's healthy.
Right. If they actually do what I think they're going to do this season, I see a playoff run out.
So what you're saying is Keenan Allen stay healthy so Joshua Palmer doesn't come back to the field, and then they got to rely on Quentin Johnston and Mike Williams.
That's correct.
All right. So there you have it for the Chargers, guys. Honestly, if you guys have any comments, make sure to comment on the video and let us know what you got to say about the Chargers. What record do you think they'll be doing? So we're going to, like I said, we're going to stay in LA and we're going to talk about the Rams now. Boy, the Rams had a tough season last year.
Did they?
Cam Akers, I guess, forgot how to run a football.
Dude, he just forgot football.
And then one of your top wide receivers in the beginning of fantasy league decided to go and get hurt.
That was like the biggest tear I could shed, if you couldn't tell. Because, yeah, that definitely hurt me in fantasy. I mean, I still swear I would have won that year if Cooper Kupp hadn't gone out.
Yeah, because this goes with my first topic where the Rams are on a down spiral.
Yeah, I mean, they're not looking too hot. I mean, they had an injury-plagued season last year, a running back room that's so questionable they don't know what to do with, and a terrible offensive line, terrible defensive line. I mean, on their defense, the notable players that they had was Aaron Donald.
Yeah, I was going to say, hang on, they got a terrible defensive line except for Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
That's all you had was Aaron Donald.
I mean, in the draft, they did they did rely heavily on drafting offensive and defensive sides of that little of the trenches, basically.
Mm-hmm.
5 of the 6 first picks that they had anyway, besides Stetson Bennett. Stetson Bennett finally made it to the NFL.
At 25 years old, dude.
6 years
25
in college,
years old.
and he still didn't graduate. Not even with an associate's degree. Don't ask me how that happens.
My thing is how did he end up going to LA and not Philly? Thought all of Georgia was going to Philly.
Yeah, I think that Philly wanted somebody with a degree.
Oh, okay. They wanted somebody that is just over 20 or 20. Not somebody that's 25 going on 26.
Like, I'm not even trashing not having a college education, because, like, obviously, mine's bare minimum. But, I mean, it's barely even there. However, to be in college for 6 years and not even have a 2-year degree, like, it ain't that hard to cheat, bro. It's not.
Just to let you guys know, do not go and cheat at school.
Right. Cheating's terrible. You should just learn the proper material
Keep your head in the books, guys. Keep your head in the books. Don't listen to him.
and head in the game.
Do not become the next Stetson Bennett.
Yeah, definitely don't do that.
But so they got Stetson Bennett, which to me makes me think that Stafford probably won't look so good this year.
Nah, I think Matthew Stafford's starting, and I think he's gonna kill it. And I think Stetson Bennett's there for depth. I mean,
I don't know,
really
man. After
don't
getting
see him
injured
making an impact.
already and another good hit on Stafford, I just don't see it being I just don't see after them winning that Super Bowl, and now they're on this down spiral, that Stafford's going to be that guy anymore.
I mean, this is true.
Stafford's been playing for a long time.
They picked up more protection for him in the draft this year, though. Now, they're not proven yet.
No, I
so
was
we're
gonna
gonna
say,
have
like,
to see if they can actually
Yeah.
do their job.
Because going from
But-
college to the NFL against pass rushers
I mean, yeah,
is definitely a difference.
yeah, they might just be shipped straight to the XFL next year. But
Hey, that's okay because you could go right back to the NFL.
this is true. There's a chance. You just got to prove yourself. Inspiration from your boys.
Yeah, so hopefully, I mean, I do, like, for Stafford's sake, I do hope that he stays healthy, he don't get hurt, and that he plays all season long.
Yeah.
Because we've seen what happens when Stafford goes down. You panic and you pick up Baker Mayfield, who shines for one game, then acts like he's all this and that, and then rest of the games, where's the wins at?
Yeah, and the NFL still has not figured out, as far as any of the teams go, that when it comes to quarterbacks, Baker Mayfield is not the answer
Because he's just not that guy. I mean, he's not the answer.
well, I mean, yeah, but the NFL teams ain't figured it out because didn't Tampa Bay sign him?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was going to
Yeah.
say take notes, Tampa, because you're about to figure out, like, all season long why Baker should not have got picked up by you.
Y'all just went from Brady in his worst year ever to Baker Mayfield, who's going to do even worse.
Yeah.
At least they have
I
faith,
did
yeah.
see that they also didn't try really hard for a running back, so they kept Cam Akers. They got Kyron Williams.
I mean, they did draft the running back in the 6th. His
Yeah,
name's
that's what I'm
Zach
saying.
Evans. So, I mean, we'll see if he makes an impact, which if Cam Akers don't do nothing this season, it's a possible.
Did you hear that? He
possible
emphasized on that
chance.
don't. Like, he had an accent and he said don't.
Wait a minute.
Cam Akers don't. I'm sorry. They just caught me right there. Like, that word's just right there. But no, I totally agree with you. I honestly wouldn't even start Cam Akers, though.
I mean,
I
he
would start
proved.
the- I
Listen,
would
he
start
proved
the
himself
rookie.
at the end of the year.
Yeah, at the end of the year, but then you had Kyron Williams coming in, who's still trying to prove himself, though, but he was behind Darrell Henderson.
Yeah, I mean, which I think with Kyron Williams, I mean, in that second string, we're going to see a lot more of him. And if Cam Akers doesn't step on it just as much as he was in the end of the season, then we'll probably see Kyron Williams take that number 1 spot as long as he's still doing well as well. But he's also kind of more their passing back. So,
I mean, I can see that, yeah. If they do a 1-2 option, yes. But here's another kicker. I did see, if you guys, shout out, gotta shout out ESPN because I'm about to use their website. You go to the Rams team on ESPN, go to depth chart. They got Stetson Bennett at 3rd string right now.
who's
I don't know who's 2nd string. I've never heard of the guy.
all right?
But,
Oh
I mean-
no, it's Ripien. It's Ripien.
Never heard of him.
He's. I
I mean,
think
he might
he's-
have played a little bit last season, but I didn't
I'm
care
not
enough
sure.
to watch the Rams.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure if he's super old and has just been a backup quarterback forever, or if he came in the league and just didn't make much noise when he did. But either way, he's been in the league for a couple years. I know that.
But yeah, I thought that was crazy. I was like, I mean, granted, right now it's still training camp and everything, so he can still work his way up to the number 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was crazy when I was like looking up Stetson Bennett and the stats and everything. Just as a national champion, though, with Georgia Bulldogs, you go to the NFL and you're a 3rd string. As soon as you came in, dude, they're probably like, "Hey, we drafted you. Welcome to the team. You're our 3rd string quarterback." Since we can,
Yeah.
Actually, hey, speaking about 3rd string quarterbacks, I don't know if you've seen, but now the NFL teams can have active 3rd string quarterbacks.
I seen it, dude. I seen it. What, have you guys seen it? Explain
So,
it more.
You
Explain
can
more what it
have
does for him.
you can have the
Alright.
3rd quarterback on the team.
People are
You-
calling it. People are calling it the Brock Purdy rule.
I'd call it the Christian McCaffrey rule, honestly,
well,
because
see,
he had to play 3rd string quarterback.
that's fair, but it was because of Brock Purdy that Christian McCaffrey had to play 3rd string quarterback. However, this rule does impact the game a little bit because the way that the rule works, you can have one emergency quarterback who's not actually on your 53-man roster. So you can actually fill one more spot than you usually would. So say because there's a lot of teams that went into the games with only 2 quarterbacks in
Right.
the depth chart.
Yeah.
So they can now, boom, just use one and have that other 2nd string as the emergency quarterback. And then they can bring on a whole nother running back, a whole nother wide receiver, a whole nother linebacker. So there's a whole nother member of the practice squad that can actually influence the game.
Huh. Okay.
And they can use that to their advantage that way,
Right.
as long as they're smart enough to know that rule. But that's what I read and how the rule was structured. So I assume that all 32 managers should know that.
Oh, I'm sure they do. Manager-wise, yeah.
I mean, and if not, and
Hopefully coach-wise.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
any of y'all are looking for a smarter one, your boy's looking for a better paycheck. I hope my boss ain't watching. And if you are, raise, please.
Race. Well, here's the other thing, though. So I'm gonna jump from the offense to the Rams defense, where I can't say their draft was totally bad. They made up for getting rid of Jalen Ramsey
They did.
because they got who you talked about. They got LT's nephew, and not Lawrence Taylor. They got LaDainian Tomlinson's nephew, who is a cornerback. So I feel with filling that void of losing Jalen Ramsey because his nephew in college had 40 solo tackles, 15 pass deflects, and 3 interceptions.
That's for one season, yes.
That was for his 2022 season.
Okay. I was just about to say, because if that was for like 2 or 3 seasons combined, whoa, that's super low. But for one, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty, yeah, I like those stats for.
Yeah.
They definitely need it.
So
that's
I'm
for
not
sure.
saying that they're deep. That just oh man, their defense is going to be great. No, I'm not saying that because for one, it's still left up to Aaron Donald because they lost Bobby Wagner. Now they didn't re-sign him.
Yep.
They lost Jalen Ramsey, who is a Pro Bowler and a stud at cornerback, even though he is such a trash talker.
Yeah. He backs it up though most of the time. Most of the time. You turned your head really fast. What came to your mind?
Because he gets burnt out too.
I mean, well, yeah, but you wouldn't get burnt out there.
I'm not saying that.
He
But
said, "I'm not a professional."
when he was playing that game, when the game where I can't remember what game it was, but he was on the sideline. He was like, "I'm him. I'm him. I love when they talk me down." And then next game you go out and yeah, you're really him, getting left behind.
I mean, yeah, he was him.
But then again, if I'm playing for the Rams and we
was
suck,
last week.
I'm just saying if I play for the Rams and we suck, I don't want to play for you no more. Like we was a Super Bowl winning team. What happened?
Well, why do you think he out of there?
He literally went from west to east.
I mean, that's fair. He probably didn't walk. He probably went like type deal. But like, still, why do you think he dipped?
So I mean, with him joining Miami, I think he will be better.
I mean, yeah.
Because I mean, he won't be the only like cornerback that's actually good on the team.
It's true, and I mean, he probably still will be their number one, though.
No,
No?
you said they're number one.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Who's your number one?
Xavier Howard.
I guess. Yeah, that's fair. Forgot about that boy.
Overall, what I'm going to say about this team is that they're not going to have a great season. They're not going to go back to the playoffs.
4-13.
I went 5-12.
Okay, 5-12 is nice.
I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. So
Yeah, I mean, I didn't actually look into what these guys' schedules look like, so I'm not too sure. But
I didn't either.
I don't
This is
think I
just
need to
going
worry
off
about
of-
the Rams. They're gonna suck.
yeah, I mean, Cam Akers is probably going to forget how to play football again. Stafford's probably going to get injured, so that's going to leave him with the guy I don't know or the guy that wants to wait forever to go to the NFL now.
So basically, LA.
LA, you need to rebuild your team. Honestly,
Hold on, because this is a broad statement. You're talking about LA Rams specifically.
yes.
There's two teams in LA, bro. You got to be specific.
Okay, my bad. Rams, fix your team. Because, first of all, you can't leave it up to just Cooper Kupp to score your touchdowns either. Like, who else do you have as a wide receiver?
Yes, you can. Let Cooper Kupp keep scoring.
And
every
that's how he
single
gets
touchdown.
injured.
Hey, they keep him for the touchdowns. Stop throwing him so many targets.
So
I'll accept
all they
that.
got left is Van Jefferson. And clearly, he wasn't a favorite target.
Tutu Atwell and Ben Skronek. Yeah, however you pronounce that dude's name. That's like one of the biggest tongue twisters I think I've ever tried to pronounce. Skronek. It's pronounced something like
It's
that.
okay, buddy.
He didn't do
It's
terrible.
okay.
He's got majestic hair though.
Majestic hair.
I mean, but yeah, LA. If you want cheap football tickets, LA Rams. If you got dough, the Chargers.
All I'm saying is wear the right blue if you're in LA, and that's going to be Charger blue.
Y'all better not be showing up to Rams games wearing Chargers jerseys. And vice versa.
Yeah, that just looked bad.
Better not happen.
Could you imagine how bad that? Hold on. Like,
That'd
could you
be
imagine how bad that would be? You go to a Rams game. Say the Rams got a losing record. The Chargers have a winning record. Everybody in that stadium wears Chargers jerseys. Like, basically making a statement like, get the Rams out of LA. Go back to St. Louis. Yeah, it's preseason.
Running
Nobody cares
back
about the
to St.
preseason.
Louis.
So, but other than that, I am finished with my notes, sir. How about you?
I mean, yeah, I've been finished with the Rams for like 20 minutes. I didn't have much.
I've been
on them.
finished with the Rams since they left St. Louis. I mean, what?
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's pretty. Yeah, I mean they suck.
Since they lost
while
Todd
in
Gurley.
St. Louis, but still. Yeah, I feel that. I have nothing left though. I mean, as far as this offseason recap goes, I think I'm sorry.
All right, guys, as you guys always know, make sure to follow us on Facebook, follow us on Spotify, follow us on Instagram, follow us on both of our TikToks, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Because if you ain't balling with your boys, who you balling with?
Ollie.
We out.